Hi, good morning. This is certainly a new area for me. Now, will this be my first or my last lol doll? Now, this is not something I planned on buying. It can be towards about £40 normally for this particular one, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't really know whether I like the dolls, but our Smith's toy shop had got it reduced to £19.99. Now, that is quite a big difference. I have noticed this particular range has been reduced. In fact, I have noticed a lot of LOL dolls have been reduced full stop, even in the supermarkets, different ones. So I'm presuming that's getting ready for the new ranges, isn't it? But I just saw this one and I thought, she's lovely. I really would like her. So I hope I'm not going to regret this, because sometimes I've bought dolls and then I'm like, they're really not quite as good as I anticipated, or not as good as the photos and things like that. So we're going to get into her. I do know what she looks like because it's all over the place. When you buy them, there's pictures there. So I don't know why they even bother with this. I suppose if it's for a child or a person who's never seen the adverts or the promotional pictures, fair enough. This would be a surprise. But you go on the sites and it shows you the dolls. So I don't see the point in hiding it, but each to their own. There looks like there's a lot of plastic. I hate plastic. It's all over the place. So scissors, I'm just going to go for it. It's not like this box is going to be kept in any way or form. I haven't got a clue how we get in it. Does that one come off? Like I said, there's bits of plastic everywhere. So that's one piece of plastic for the recycling. Now this looks like it just slides off. Ta-da! So you see who she is. Anyway, there you are. We have the reveal there. Icy Gurl. Girl spelled G-U-R-L. So I presume it is sort of dragged out as the word girl. And obviously Anne Burbie. Burbie. We got a little Burbie halfway. Burbie. It just says package becomes a play set. Okay, well, again, that's something I'm not bothered about. So let's get rid of that one. Oh, we have a strange tilty thing going on. That's sort of cool. For what reason, I don't know, but I suppose it's quite entertaining. Now that is attached, so I presume that you need to leave like that. So let's get into it, shall we? We have a little ribbon, so that is nice. How is the ribbon? Is it tied, or do I... if I read the instructions it would help. It just says pull here. Then I get the whole label off, almost. There we go. We're going to pull it around. So I suppose it's a bit of fun undoing it. Ta-da! And we get the reveals. I quite like that, actually. It just says dressing room, dress me. So, ta-da! She's there in her basic clothes, but I do know there is some more clothes coming. It was a hair, to be perfectly honest. I do think they are a slightly unusual shape, but that is, well, I suppose that's what it's about. So this is like a little sort of changing room. So that's quite cool. So not that I have any use for that, but, you know, I get it. That would be fun for children or people who are using them as play sets. Or maybe, I mean, I'm saying it's of no use. That would actually make quite a nice photo, wouldn't it? So, yeah, perhaps it can be used for photography reasons as well. So we'll move that box a minute and let's just have a look at this. We have a little leaflet, which is going to give us some details. It's just about how to do the stand. It talks about the baby one. Again, this giving them water and squeezing them and making them cry or whatever they do was never something that particularly appealed to me, even as a child. So I just don't really get the point. Because I know when my granddaughters had certain dolls, you do it, but it doesn't really work. So I think use your imagination. I think that's the best way. So that's not really telling me anything I can't work out. It's about the stand, etc. She's got a few little bits of elastic. That one I managed to just pull out. We'll just do a snip. Is there any more there? That's not too bad. We've got a little one there. That one's already come undone, but there is one there. Now, how many is holding the hair? Right, well, the ponytails I can get out, but that means her head. Yeah, if I turn her over, you can see we've got these two little things. I try and be careful because I don't want the bits. I know I've mentioned before, but I don't want the bits going all over the place because for some reason my cat likes to play with such things, and I don't want her chewing them. Oh, there's one round her waist. So I'm making sure all my little bits are back in there. I always check my table when I've finished, just in case, because I can do without her eating them. We don't want any vegetables. Thank you very much. Bit of stand, I think, and a hairbrush. So we got a sort of a glittery, clear hairbrush there, which is quite sweet, and just says LOL surprise, OMG. So typical sort of what they all are. Now the stand is on the other side, and again it has a piece of elastic. Snip, snip. So we have our stand. So I'm just going to carefully move that, like I said, because I don't want the bits going anywhere. Now, as far as the stand is concerned, looks pretty basic. You know what I said about reading instructions? I never read instructions. I'm a nightmare. But it went in okay. Now that can't... What's that about? Is that for the little one? Shall we have a look at those instructions? You know, when I went, oh, I don't need to look at instructions. What do I need to look at instructions for? Okay. Is it not a stand? Is it something else? Is it like a play? Is it this little area for her to pop her bits and bobs? I don't know. There has to be some more bits. Am I missing something out of the plastic? There's definitely no bits in there, so I presume the other bits are going to be in there. So for now, I'm just going to leave that to one side because there's no clip for a waist. Also, I'm presuming it's in there. We'll find it anyway. Right, let's get back to this cutie. Now, I just absolutely, just look at this hair, it's just insane. She has got this gorgeous turquoise. I had anticipated it being a bit bluer from the pictures, but it is a gorgeous turquoise-y colour. Now, this is my first time handling an LOL doll, so I've never really looked at the details too closely. Like I said, my granddaughter's had the little one. I got a couple of the little ones, but nothing else. She has, obviously, it just says MGA 2019 China. A little bit of information there in the gold, but it's about the same sort of information. She has her ears pierced because they do have earrings. She does have a very cute face. I must admit, their faces are quite cute. She's got these little stars across her cheek and this gorgeous glittery lipstick there. So yes, I do like her face. I think she's lovely. Love her skin tone. And then we get onto the outfit, and something I didn't realise, just look at those talons. I didn't realise they had. I don't know whether you can even see that. Let me see if I can you see? Can you see how she has? I'm trying, I don't want to blur it, but she has really long fingernails. I mean, the detailing to get those fingernails like that, I would have thought was quite an achievement. She has some really long socks here, which just, I don't know, do they come off easily or not? Yep. Do they have articulation? No, the legs are solid. Incredibly high heels, but I presume that's going to fit the shoes. I do think this hip thing looks a little weird. They are strangely proportioned, but we're all different shapes. So who's to say whether a doll's a right proportion or a wrong proportion? Because the rest of the world, the real people, not the dolls, we are all every shape you can possibly imagine. So perhaps that's okay. That is good. You know, it shows different shapes. Although I think that waist is a little bit unachievable, but never mind. The actual sleeves are the ones where you can pop your thumbs through. And we just have a little Velcro back here. And a little Velcro back here. I'm not going to take any of the clothes off because I need to check what's in there first before we start doing that. So the doll itself, I must admit, is pretty cute. I do get why people like them. Like I say, I'm not really bothered about collecting the baby ones. Again, they're cute, but I like sort of more of a fashion teenagey doll. And obviously she fits into that criteria. I do actually quite like her. I'm definitely veering towards liking her. What do you think? Do you think she's cute? I think she's very cute. And I say I absolutely love that hair. All right, we're going to pop her to one side because we need to check what else is in here. Right, unbox me. How do I do that? Ah, that looks like there's okay, there's sellotape though. That made it hard. Can you see what I'm doing? It's just like it looks like it just pushes in. So again, I'm not bothered about the box really. So let's snip the sellotape where the sellotape is at the sides. Oh, it comes straight off. And then we get a little cutie that's inside there. I think I might know who ends up with that, but will not say anything at the moment. So we pull the whole thing out? Yes. So she's got another sort of a little room, although you'd be a bit hard pressed to take a photograph sort of styled in there with her hair. But, you know, you could use it for other dolls, so it's like a bit of scenery. I know that's something I lack quite badly because I have quite a large room here, but it's all products to make things and the dolls themselves, so I don't really have rooms for display. So I suppose having something like this, you could sort of do a quick selfie with the dolls, you know, so they could be doing like little headshots and things like that. So yeah, that would work out. So we'll think about which part of this box I want and which part I don't. So let's move the box completely. We have more plastic. Let's have a look. Oh, that's a very strange texture. It sort of feels, I'm just going to read something on the box, see if it says anything. I'm all over the place here, aren't I? We should have looked at the box first, perhaps. It does say 25 surprises, so I presume in total it's 25 bits and bobs. OMG, we are sisters, ready to slay the ultimate winter vacay. So they're planning on going on holiday, obviously. Material content is here. I'm just looking for age. It's got to be 3+, hasn't it? It has to be. I mean, these are the other ones as well. So we've got Missy Meow, Camp Cutie and Big Wig. I think that gives an idea what her hair is going to be like. So there's a little bit of information there. There's got to be something. Oh yes, on the bottom it does say not suitable for under 3-year-olds. I would say, yeah, you're pushing it. I would say maybe even a little bit older. So I was just wondering, because these bags, they don't feel like plastic. It's like, oh look, they've got little coat hangers. How cute is that? So let's get these out. We have a little hat for this little girl. That's easy peasy to see. But we have more elastic. We have lots of elastic. Clip, clip. Oh, that one doesn't want to go. Oh, and we've got one around her head as well. I'm sure you don't need that much to hold them in. They're not going to fall out, are they? I mean, they've got so much boxing around them. Right, so here she is. Like I say, I'm not bothered about these, but squeezy head there. So I'm presuming, looking at her, I think she spits water, because there's no little holes around the eye, so you can sort of see what she looks like there. And she's very cute. I love the little shoes that they have, because they do all come off, which I think is adorable. Maybe I can pinch the shoes for things. Obviously a little outfit. I don't find this a bit weird. I know it's a way of putting the outfit on easily, so they can sort of snap them on and off, but I just think it looks odd from the back, because it just looks like her outfit's been cut up because of all these seams. So you can sort of push it around a bit, but it doesn't really. So it's only really from the front they look okay in their outfits, I think. A little tiny weeny bit of articulation there. Arms up and down. Legs. I think there's some movement. Yes, there is. I think the shorts are stopping it. So there is movement there. She is cute. She's got the same colour hair as her big sister. So, I mean, to have photos together, that is quite sweet. She has this really nice little hat that may fit other dollies as well. So she's cute, I get that. Here is a drinky bottle, which is the one you would be filling up with your water, which you can feel it's like a squeezy bottle there. So, I mean, I'm saying, obviously, giving her a little drink, and then I presume we squeeze her head and she spits water at us. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. But that can be used sort of just as a general cup for various sort of fashion size dolls. And even for her, it makes a sort of a nice cup. So that's okay. It's all right. Right, what is this? We have 2 containers here. We are getting into our surprises now. Everybody loves a surprise. Oh, sorry there, little one. Nice solid little box. We can use the boxes for other things. So let's get everything out of this hard plastic. And these must be the clothing. I think the coat hanger gives us a clue there. How is it attached? With absolutely everything. I know as a parent and as a grandparent as well, these yes, it gets rather annoying when Father Christmas brings things at Christmas. Not that it's annoying that he brings things, but when we have to undo everything, you've always got to have a pair of scissors. So that's to one side. So they're 2 outfits. We will look at those in a second. Should we go in these boxes first? So it looks like a little hat box. That might be giving me a clue, but it's actually quite a nice little box that you could use for other things, and obviously if it's a play item, it's great for storage. So we have, I can see sunglasses. I don't know about hats. Nicely wrapped. It's in paper, which is great, so there's no more bits of plastic there. And look at those, they're very adorable. And she had, oh well, she does have a bracelet. I've just thrown it on the floor. Be careful when you're opening these. I love this hat. I love that sort of Arctic, sort of wintry, sort of, I'm not quite sure why there's bits of thread there, but we can cut them off. That's simple enough. But at least we've got a nice bit of lining there. We've got these lovely little pom-poms. And I think, is that the front or is that the back? I don't know. Oh, it's very weird. No, I think, which way? I don't know. I'm going to work that out in a minute. I think we have to push it up, sort of like that. So there's just a little bit of trimming on bits. And I imagine that on her hair, it's not going to overly fit that well. Anyway, I'm just going to check what I've thrown on the floor. I think it's a bracelet. It is a bracelet. Well, it's got to be a bracelet. It can't be anything. Ta-da! We have a little bracelet as well. So we have a pair of glasses, a little bracelet, and this cute little hat in that first box, which, like I said, is like a little hat box. So we'll pop them in the hat box to keep those bits safe so I don't throw something else on the floor. We'll pop a hat to one side. We'll try that in a minute. Now, this one looks like a shoe box, so I wonder what's in there. We have shoes. We have boots, in fact. Love these boots. We have very, very high heels, but her feet are designed for very, very high heels. They are sort of like winter cowboy boots, I suppose, sort of all pink and glittery with a little white detail, but it is of a cowboy boot style. Let's have a look at these. Can you see those a little bit better there? I'm rolling around in my hand. I think they are very nice. I do like those. I really do. Not that I can wear heels that high, but if I could, I think I would probably like a pair of those. So we'll pop her shoes back in there, pop that on the lid like that. And let's see what outfit she's got. Now, I'm just wondering whether you would be able to keep these little bags. You know, it's like little clothing bags. I don't think we can. I don't think we can get in it. I'm just going to cut it very carefully. And I will have a look at them later in the day, because it does just peel. No, oh well, there we go. So, what would we have first? We have a jacket. She's got a little winter jacket here. These are quite cool, you know, for hanging your doll's clothes up. I mean, they could be for any dolls, really. I know there's no hanging rails in these, but I don't know whether perhaps some of the bigger scenes that you can get do have that, so you could hang them up. So that is quite a nice idea to be able to do that. They're not badly made. I mean, they're mass produced, you can't expect miracles, but yeah, it's just certain little details. But yeah, that's okay. Obviously, it's a fake zip because you couldn't, well, you could put a zip on at this size, but it would be very hard. I think this does fasten across though. Let's see. Is that fastening? I'm not going to push it, but I think that would fasten in, so you would be able to keep the jacket in place a little bit. Just a little bit of detail there, so as you would have imagined if it was a proper jacket, it would fasten across. So that's quite cute, and I love the fluffy wrists. I can't even speak. The fluffy sort of wrist area, which is the cuff. Cuff is the right word, isn't it? Not fluffy wrist area. Right, so let's get into this one. I'm just going to cut it this time. And this has to be the bottom half. Ta-da! So she's in ski wear basically, but it's all themed for that sort of thing. So we've got this really nice sort of coat hanger idea again. I hope they do get used, because again, because they're made out of plastic, if they're not used, it seems quite the waste of sort of plastic for the sake of plastic. In fact, to be honest, I think I would rather these have been like a cardboard or something like that, because on average, yes, children will play with these, or perhaps as adult collectors. Oh, look, there's a little tiny bit of that. Let me put that over there. as adult collectors, we can use them as storage boxes if we wanted, or for displays or photographic purposes. But on average, I suspect these are going to end up in the bin. It's nice to have details, but will they get used is the question. I don't know. Right, let's pop her some clothes on them. Come over here, missus. Now, do we keep the clothes she's got on? I don't think we can get that outfit on with these little stockings. They're quite a tight fit. They're quite a good fit, actually, the little stockings. But yeah, they're not going to fit on. In fact, I think I am going to have to take her stuff off, aren't I? Now, does she have anything on underneath? Ah, she has painted on underwear. Sort of underwear. I know this is where one of the areas where some parents have complained about LOL dolls, because, okay, as a teenage doll, you might get it, but I know some people have argued that the baby ones and some of the smaller ones are not quite dressed quite appropriately. Right, I'm going to sort of try and wiggle her into these. These are quite nicely made, actually. The only thing is also with their clothes, they're unlikely to fit any other sort of basic fashion dolls because their proportions are, as I say, a little bit different from them. So the clothes you can't really cross over. Now, I'll talk about ski wear. I don't think she's going to be going skiing in these, is she? But let's pop them on. Let's boot one. Do I tuck it in? I don't know. Do I tuck it in? We'll tuck it in for now. Ta-da! So she's clearly at a ski resort, but she's clearly going out partying in the evening. So she's keeping these on to keep warm, but then she's got these awesome shoes on just to sort of pose about. Now the jacket should go on, I'd like to think, but at least because this is over the thumb here, it's going to stay in place whilst you put the jacket on, I hope. I shouldn't speak too soon. There's a hand in there somewhere. Where's your hand, Mrs.? It's there. The thumb has caught a little bit. Let's push you through, all the way through. The outfit reminds me of, and she's going to show how old I am. Oh, I didn't realise they got great flexibility on the wrist. Again, great for posing. She's going to show how old I am this. These colours of the outfit she's got reminds me of dare I say the word, a shell suit that I had in the 90s. My excuse for that is I had a shell suit because I worked in a gym and it was our uniform. I didn't wear a shell suit generally. Nothing wrong with shell suits. Really comfy, I must admit, and great for work. Oh, these hands are a bit fiddly. I'm sort of frightened of breaking a wrist. There we go, we've got a hand trim. And yes, I had one of a similar colour. So we do have a little bit of a 90s vibe there, I think, with the outfit and the colouring. Pity the knees don't bend. That would be really cool because, yeah, they sit quite well. You know, it's not one of these where the legs splay ridiculously when you try sitting them down. So you could sort of sit her and she could do a bit of posing. But it would be nice if the knees bent. But we can't have everything, can we? I'm surprised. We have wrist movement, but I suppose we can sort of, I think you can give sort of personality when you can get a hand movement into something. I think it gives personality, and I think probably that's where it comes from. I mean, let's say the details on these hands, you know, you've got the shape of the fingers. You've even got, let me try and take this off. I'm fiddling about here. I hope you can see. I don't want to break a thumb. Basically, what I'm trying to say is there's all sort of the marks of her palm. You see all the markings that you would have on a palm. And her fingers, and I still can't get over these fingernails, which are painted in a sort of like frosty pinky sort of colour. I don't think any of the other dolls I've got nails like that. Obviously there's nails, but I can see where the appeal comes in. But I can imagine how many sort of little girls are trying to paint these nails, and we end up with maybe a blue hand or something like that. But I can see why they'd want to, because they are sort of really tempting. They do look like proper nails. So there she is dressed up now. Oh, I'm going to try and get this hat on. I think it's just going to literally sit. It's not going to go on. It's just not going to go on. It's just going to sit and look pretty like that. One thing I never solved, and I just realised why. You know, I said I couldn't find the piece for a stand. That's because it's under her stand. Quite a clever way of storing it. But why do we have that? Is it for it to sit down? I don't know. thinking perhaps I should. That hat is not going to stay on in a million years. Is it to sit down on? Is it for the little one? Perhaps if you're using the stand for the little one, you could move it right up and a little girl could stand on it. I'm sure it doesn't actually say in these instructions. If anybody knows, let me know, because I haven't got a clue. Oh, I think it's either or. There is a tip on here. It says when removing the hand. They recommend you do actually do that. Pinch the wrists and gently, do not pull from the fingers. So you don't want to sort of just pull them off from the fingers. I don't know why. We've got 2 options of stands for some reason. So I don't need this on for her, but I do need that one. We'll have to obviously position it where you wanted it. They are nice solid stands, which is quite nice to see. I'm just going to do it at that for now. Please let me know why there's a second bit. Is it for the little tiny ones? I don't know. Now, let's pop you on your stand. So we need to take some photos of you as well. So there she is on her stand. You're not going to be able to see it that way, but that is a really solid stand, which is great. So you can see how sort of a hair is from there as well. So she's got these matching elastic bands holding that in. I imagine if you take them out, it's just going to be like one massive fluff of hair. The hair feels quite nice. It does have a shimmer to it. It isn't a glitter, but I think it's a white. We might have a slight silver iridescent in there. Obviously there's the gorgeous turquoisey colour. I think there's white, and then it might be, I think there is a filament in there to give us that extra shine. So like I say, her hair is lovely. You just sort of sit. It's like one of my Blythes. We've got hair like this. It's just amazing. But you do have to watch, because you can mess it up something terrible. So you might end up having to cut a few bits and pieces off. But if she's only going to be for display, that's fine. You're going to dress her and you're going to put her up on the side. If it is for little fingers to play with, well, this hair is likely not to stay looking like that, put it that way. I do think she is a very pretty doll. I do think that is totally pointless because it doesn't sit on her head. Like I say, I'm not bothered about the minis, but they do look quite cute, I suppose, if they were having a photograph together, which I might do, but then I'm unlikely to keep that. We've not put our glasses on, have we? Some glasses. Because you know what that sun can be like when you're skiing. Not that I do know what that sun would be like when you're skiing, but you know, it's that sort of look, isn't it? And the little bracelet, which there's no point putting on at this point. Is it a bracelet? Would you say that's a bracelet? It's very big if it's a bracelet. Right. Can't see that it's anything else. It's got to be a bracelet, hasn't it? Has she got a bracelet on her picture? Not that you can see. Nope, it doesn't show me anything on the box. So perhaps if I looked on the actual photos from the shop when I bought it from, there may be images where she's there with her jewellery on as well. I think it is a bracelet, but it just seems very, very large for this sort of doll. Probably better off around her ankle, I think. I do know, not with her ankles. I'm sort of feeling I haven't missed anything, have I? Because one thing I'm surprised there isn't is a pair of earrings. Did I throw those on the floor as well? There is a vague chance here. I cannot see any. I cannot see anything obvious. But does anybody know, should she have earrings in? Because a lot of these dolls do. So I'm sort of quite surprised she hasn't. But I mean, generally, I do like her. I like her a lot. Do I buy another LOL? I don't know. I get why people collect them because they are very pretty and they're very cute. But because of the other dolls I do collect, I don't know. I think if another one came along like she did and really sort of caught my eye and went, oh, she's so cute, she's really pretty. I love her outfits, the sort of whole vibe she gives out, I do really like. And the best vibe was she was half price. And when something's £40, half price makes a massive difference. So yes, I would contemplate it. I do know they have more, and we do need to think about Father Christmas at some point, see whether he can get hold of any things. So I may keep an eye out for things like that. But there are a couple of things out there we have seen that have been reduced, and I think perhaps it's the right time of year to look to see if there are any sort of reduced prices, because when they're usually planning on bringing new designs out, which I do know with, obviously you've got your tweens, your sort of smaller sort of in-betweeny ones, which again are quite cute and sort of tempting. The other ones start to get shelled, and you will find that they are sort of discounted and things like that. So here she is. Take her glasses off. You can see her face better. We'll put the glasses on top of your head because you're not going to be able to wear your hat successfully. She is pretty. I do like her. She's going to go on my shelf with display. I don't know how long she's going to stay there. That's the question, because I know I did that with the rainbow highs. They are lovely. They are so really cute, and I popped them up on my shelves. But then I'm like looking round, and I very much have the attitude that if I look at something, if it makes me smile, I sort of keep it. If it's one of the dolls, if I don't interact with it, or it's not something that sort of catches my attention, or when I look at it, I go, oh yeah, I really like that one, I'm pleased I bought it, I do have a tendency to sell on. I'm just going to cough, excuse me a second. For some reason my voice needed clearing. But I don't know. I can't make up my mind. Do I more? Do I less? At the moment, I won't be buying anymore because there are other things I need to save for and other things I need to sort out. But I will definitely be keeping an eye out for the bargains and whether there's any reductions. But for now, she's definitely going to be joining my other girls on the shelf. She's sort of totally different, really, compared with a lot that I've got up there. But we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Even if I don't decide to sell on, there's always somebody within my family that would want her. I'm just looking at the shoes that are making me chuckle. She's a size 6.5. Cow person boots. Cow person. Did I say cowboy boots earlier? Can we not say cowboy boots? Perhaps not. But you don't think of that, do you? Because it's something that you've always said and you don't think about it. Now that's made me think about it. Cow person boots. Makes sense. But I think because obviously its origins, I suppose, is what made it a cowboy boot originally. So that's something to think about. Let me know what you think about that. Is it something sort of, I don't know. Cow person boots. Cow person boots. We will remember that for the future. So this little cutie is going to get some photographs taken now so I can pop them on my thumbnail and pop them on my other social media sites. So if you did enjoy what we did today, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe and share if you do enjoy my videos. Really need to get some crochet done. I really can't catch up since I wasn't very well. So that's why it's been sort of more doll videos, because they've been easy to do. Rather than concentrating designing a pattern, but I do need to get some work done. So that is it for now. We can see all our little bits and pieces she's got. Let's bring them all together. As I said, very surprised we don't have earrings. I would have liked some earrings. I might find some earrings later. I don't know. If you've got this doll, did she have earrings, or am I just wishful thinking that she's got earrings? Because I've left the other top on. So she's got little shorts there, a cute little hairbrush. That's a baby stand. Is that a baby stand? Please let me know on that one. It's driving me mad now. So there's all the bits and pieces we have. My throat's gone again. Absolutely over the moon. Generally with her over moon with the price, definitely. And just watch this space. So there may be some LOLs sneaking in. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So thank you for now, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.